Hi, Taurus. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are always welcome in any of my readings. We're going to ask Spirit, what's the vibe? What's going on with you? What is going on around you for love? Anything that Spirit needs you to know at this time? Spirit, please share with me for my Taurus. What is it that you want them to know? What is it that you need them to hear? I am listening for you now. I have invest. See if they're the one. Spend time together. Make the effort getting to know them. They've got to invest the time. Okay, so this sense of spending time with you, right? That is key. The person who goes out of their way to be with you, the person who kind of juggles their schedule to make it work, that shows you that they really want to be with you. So keep that as a sign. Look for that. I have the grass is greener, passing up options, too quick to decide. Take time to get to know them, okay? You want to make sure that you're not just an option. You want to make sure that they're not dating, a serial dater. I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to be exclusive right out of the gate, but you kind of get a sense of, is there other people in the picture? How many people are you dating? How often do you date? Be ask some of those questions. It helps. A fake profile. You caught them. You caught them in a lie. For those of you that are online dating, their pictures do not match the person who shows up for the drink, okay? You just say, hey, your pictures are 20 years younger. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, that just kind of shows you the type of person that they are. So that's not somebody you're interested in. People lie all the time, Spirit just said. And, you've got to remove that kind of energy from your life. It's just not going to, it's not something you want to pursue. I have relationship abuse. So if the person is already a liar right from the beginning, are we transitioning right into somebody who has, just a control issue, or they're narcissistic, or it's all about them and, their ego is inflated, so you just want to kind of nip it. I feel like I just want to say no. But I guess, sometimes you kind of look at somebody and you go, why did you do that? But I'm going to say the person who's investing time, what's the bottom of my deck? A subconscious mind. Recondition your subconscious mind to change your life. So I'm going to say it this way. Instead of, this person, you kind of connected online, or you met social media or something like that, that you attracted people to you that more organically, so that maybe you didn't have to go through that kind of fake profile. Although I do believe in online dating, I think it's a great way to meet people. But attracting somebody organically is based on your vibration. So maybe Spirit's saying something about, I'm going to just say high vibration, okay? That this person almost feels your frequency. How it almost feels like I am literally picking up on your vibe. Let's see what the cards are saying. So get that energy high, loving yourself, high confidence, being active, meeting people, all of those things help. I have a High Priestess. I have a Two of Pentacles. I have a Ten of Wands. I have a Page of Pentacles, and I have a Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to go with the time again. I feel like you have a choice, okay, that there could be two people, okay, that you are talking to. One, maybe you catch in a lie. Maybe you were more attracted to that one. But you know what? They weren't honest, and your values are higher than that. And you just kind of knew, there's this kind of natural knowing within you. You're very intuitive, very empathic. It's just hard to me. I feel like it's just hard meeting the right one. So I'm talking to a couple different people. The person who's moving forward with you is the person who is showing up. The person who is consistent, they're saying. The person who is by your side, they just said, like, I'll help you with that. Or, you know, do you want me to go with you? You know, so you don't have to go by yourself, or you want me to follow you in my car so that you're safe getting home, or, you know, anything that makes you feel that this person is showing up for you. I do feel like this investment in time is key. I mean, it's almost like I can compare the two. One is just more attentive. One is more of a chaser. And maybe the other one wants to be chased. One is more curious. This page is going to be very curious. They're asking questions. I have a star. I have a fool. Either way, somebody's turning into a new beginning. Okay, so somebody, we're saying goodbye to one. Yeah, it's like, okay, goodbye. All right, the liar, the cheat, the person who maybe you just got a bad vibe from, you just got the red flags and you just said, I'm not wasting any more of my time with you. I'm going to go with the person who's spending all this time with me and the person who's really interested in me. They're saying they're asking a lot of questions. Okay, so it could be they're asking maybe friends. Maybe you guys have friends. Maybe you have mutual friends you met organically, and they could be saying, hey, what's the deal? What's going on? But I do have this new beginning. I have a Hierophant. Now that came into me for some of you that are very connected to your culture, your religion. You may meet in that kind of a circle. You may meet in, you know, like somewhere that has services, like church services, or, you know, like a religious ceremony of some kind is how it came into me. Or we belong to the same group of people that go to these kinds of services. So I would say you definitely have the same similar backgrounds as far as spirituality. So I would say that. I also have this beautiful feeling of, they just said time changes all. Okay, so this sense of your a moment in time, right? That, you know, yesterday you weren't in my life, and today I can't stop thinking about you. Like that would be how I just felt. I have a 2 of Wands at the bottom of my deck, and I have a Temperance. I like this feeling because one, the 2 cups going back and forth, emotions going back and forth. It's almost like you're trying to choose. I mean, you know, do I pick door number 1 or door number 2? And when you're dating in the early stages of dating and you're not committed to anybody, oftentimes doesn't mean you're sleeping with people. It means that you're talking to different people. That's why it's called dating. You're not doing anything wrong. You know, when you want to be with one person and focus on that person, then you choose to do that. If you're the type of person that can only handle talking to one person at a time, then you do that. It doesn't, you know, but you're not doing anything wrong. You're not in a relationship with these people. You're just getting to know some different people and seeing if anybody is consistent enough and attentive enough that you are willing to give them time. Time changes it all, they said. I have intimacy. Okay, maybe one you're more physically attracted to. Like I could definitely see myself with this person. I could see myself making love. That's important. You're not physically attracted to somebody, you know, that you can't pretend. I mean, you're either attracted to somebody or you're not. So if you're not attracted to somebody, it's going to be hard to be really intimate with that person. So you want to be really attracted to them and them attracted to you. I have an apology, returning for forgiveness. I don't know so much. I'm not necessarily feeling somebody coming back from the past, but it could be a little bit of somebody who keeps dropping the ball. I'm sorry I didn't call. I'm sorry that, you know, I kept you waiting. I'm sorry last minute I had to change my plans. You know, it just feels like that kind of energy. So maybe this person is always going to drop the ball and just not show up, you know, so that I think that's important. Is that a test? I had this conversation yesterday in a private reading. Like, is it a little bit of a test to see the consistency, or if they say they're going to call, they call? I would say, yeah, because the expectation is, are they going to do this in the future? I mean, are they going to just drop the ball on me and leave me stranded somewhere? So you do kind of look at those things to see what their behavior is. I have challenges, perseverance. I like the road. That just felt like the road that you're on is going to lead you to where you want to be, you know. And they're saying now that we're on the same road. So that could be a sign for you that this person and you both have the same direction. You both want the same things. You're both trying to achieve the same kind of goals. You could be at the same stages in your life, and you're talking about what the next step is. I want to buy a house. I'm tired of paying rent. I want to get myself into a home, get a mortgage, and start, you know, start getting some equity in a home. So I feel like I'm on the same road. That felt good. I have a transactional love, superficial love with money. You want to be careful with that, of course, you know, that somebody just wants you for your money. You know, they're just looking to make their life a little bit easier. And, you know, maybe you make a decent living and it'd be nice if this person helped me out while I got back on my feet. And, you know, that's not your job to help somebody else out. Covering up the problems and ignoring them, right? So be careful, of course. You know, the person who is saying, I'm just having a really rough time right now, but they don't really reveal things like how much debt they're in, or that they have something in their background they have a felony charge in their background. They can't get a job because they have a felony. So, you know, what is it about them that is saying out loud to you that I can't get back on my feet in some way? But are they hiding something? And I guess, you know, of course, that would be a huge red flag, you know, if anything like that is coming forward. I'm going to go with, of course, this feeling of we're on the same path, because that's key. And maybe that's how you feel it. Maybe it will come into you as, I just felt like we both wanted the same things. We have the same things in common. We have a lot in common. We can talk about everything. We both are pretty realistic about where we could be in 5 years. You know, so maybe you just both have a great sense of what it is that you want for goals. I have a 5 of Wands. I have a Knight of Pentacles. I have a 3 of Wands. And I have a Queen of Pentacles. This person is definitely looking ahead. They're planning a future, and they're looking for a partner to plan a future with. They could be really, really attracted to you because you're very stable and you have a great job. You have a great profession. You went to nursing school. They know you'll always have a job, you know, so they could be really interested in you because you're as stable as they are, and you're a good match for them. You have a lot in common. So there is a sense of, I'm thinking about my future, and I'm thinking about my future partner, you know, like whoever I pick today is going to be a big part of my future. So this person is thinking about a future with you, whoever this is. And they do feel like they can see a future. That 3 of Wands is telling me I can see a future. I have a Judgment. I have a good sense of people just came into me. Maybe they're very intuitive. You're very intuitive. Maybe you're very good at kind of summing somebody up, something like that. I have a 10 of Pentacles. We can build a beautiful life together. We really can. You guys can have it all once we are together and know where this is it. I have an Ace of Pentacles. So this is a couple who can not only love each other, but create a comfortable life for each other. You know, we have a happy home. We have cars that work. We have food on our table. Like, we're not struggling. So, you know, when you're struggling, that's all you think about. When you're not struggling, you can get to a higher vibration of ascension, and you can put your energy into others, they just said. You can put your energy into loving yourself and growing and learning. When you're in survival mode, it's really hard. So Spirit's letting you know that this is a stable, steady. I mean, it sounds good, right? Stable and steady. And maybe that's all you're asking for, is like, just give me somebody that's, you know, stable. You know, I just can't handle somebody who's piecing their life together at this stage in my life. You know, depending on how old you are, it's even worse as you get older, because you're like, you know, you don't have anything to show for it, and you're 50 years old and you've been working your whole life. How come you don't have anything? So, you know, you start to question people along those lines. You hate to be that way, but if you've been working hard your whole life and you have something to show for it, you're going to attract somebody that's your equal, is what's going to happen. So here's the 10 of Pentacles that's saying I'm stable. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I want stability. I want to know who you're spending all your time with. Okay, a little bit of jealousy there. Maybe before we're in a committed relationship, or we're exclusive. You know, are you spending your time with anybody else? Are you dating anybody else? You know, it feels like that. You have the key to my heart. That just felt like I fell for you instantly. It was really just, I saw the package. I saw all that you could have to offer. You know, like, you checked all their boxes is how it's coming into me. So hopefully they're going to check all of your boxes too, and you feel really happy about it. I love looking at you. You're so attractive. So we definitely are attracted to each other. Beautiful. And I see you living the best life without me, and it hurts. So I could see you being happy with or without me. Either way, you're happy now. So it'd be great if I was in your life, but no one person is going to take you down. And they see that. They see that you're confident, you're high value. You can date a lot of people, Spirit just said. You can be with anybody. So they'll be lucky to have you, is what Spirit just said. That's nice. Sign me up for that. Promises are meant to be broken. The Devil card energy. We want to avoid that. We want to avoid the person who doesn't want to commit. That just feels like somebody playing games, playing mind games. They weren't ready to commit. That could be, you know, somebody that you're thinking about from the past that isn't this. So, beautiful. Let's see what they have. I only want you for one thing. Okay, so I only want you. I don't want to be with anybody else. That's important to know. And the thought of loving you drives me crazy. I love that. So I think this is going to be really good, but you can see that you've gone through all these stages of kind of, they're saying, eliminating the competition, eliminating the person that you're not supposed to be with. You can be with anybody, is what Spirit said. Okay. That you have a lot to offer, you know, so hold your head up high. Put your energy out there and just say, hey, you know, if you want to be with me, then I'm not a big prove yourself person, but show me that you are worthy and deserving of me, because I have a lot to offer, is what you need to be saying to yourself right now, because Spirit's letting you know that there's more than one person that's interested in you right now. So we're going to put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. I want to thank you for being here. I'm so grateful. Hit that like and subscribe button. Comment below. Claim it, own it. It's yours. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at kathymamolenspsychicmedium.com. Take a ride over to my Pick a Card channel. Also, I've been uploading some pick a card readings for my singles over there a couple times a week. I'll put the link in the description below. We'll see you soon.